Hello, students and teachers of English A Language and Literature for the IB Diploma Program. It's Brad Philpott here, former Paper 2 examiner, with some tips on how to do well on Paper 2. And specifically today, I'd like to provide you with some linguistic tools or some strategies for writing really effective sentences, some key vocabulary that'll help you compare the themes from two literary works and the authorial choices from those works and the ways in which readers have responded to those literary works. In a previous video, I referred to Peace Act as the guiding structure of any coherent paragraph, and it's a bit like a Big Mac, where you've got comparative points like buns, bits of evidence like burgers, and comparative analysis like cheese and lettuce on this Big Mac burger. If none of this makes sense to you, I recommend checking out my video on Paper 2 paragraphing. The question today is, what kind of language helps us do Peace Act? And so to start any coherent paragraph, you're going to need a topic sentence, and that comparative point will include the names of both authors. And because you are answering an essay question, it's okay just to use the word answer the question of, right? Author 1 and author 2 answer the question of by suggesting that through the use of key authorial choices, right? These are typical sentences to kick off your paragraph, and you'll want to use a power verb like these ones here: depict, comment, challenge, underscore, encourage. These words are really good to indicate to the examiner that you're about to launch into comparative textual analysis. And the comparative element is also clearly indicated with words like whereas, both, in similar and different ways. Both works do this, or despite different contexts, these works explore, right? Notice also when you start to set up the evidence from the first literary work that you don't have to overthink this. Simple words like, for example, in this literary work, or as depicted in, which is illustrated by. These little words really help set up your examples, your illustrations, without summarizing the literary works too much. And it's important you get into that analysis of those examples. Little words like this actually really help glue the whole paragraph together. It kind of points back to the example and then points forward to an understanding of a literary feature like metaphor, juxtaposition, or by depicting this, right, the author effectively does that. And then so when you analyze, you're connecting form and function and audience reader response. So verbs like suggesting or implying that, right, which makes readers see the significance of. It's okay to refer to the readers of these literary works, some of the key purposes of that literary work, acting as a cautionary tale, right, calling into question, commenting critically on. Then transitioning into the second work can happen within that paragraph, right, with similar effects. The author of the second work also does in a different way, right? Or just as in literary work 1, so too does literary work 2, right? And then providing evidence from that second work can already be comparative, where you're using words like whereas or unlike. Unlike the character from this, the character in this does that, right? And then when you really get into this comparative analysis, after introducing examples from the second work, you'll want a bit of vocabulary, some adverbs like in this case, or just like. This work, right? This work also elicits a sense of, or it also makes readers question why. Little phrases like both and just like or also are, again, very comparative, and they should be running throughout the paragraph. So at the end of the paragraph, right, very important, those last sentences of each body paragraph, you're going to be tying back to the essay question and also in a comparative way. While each work approaches the question of, insert essay question keyword right there, they both effectively argue that, right, or ultimately both works offer compelling yet contrasting perspectives on revealing that. Yeah, so you're still evaluating the literary works, one in light of the other, While their methods may differ, they both work effectively in warning readers against the dangers of, right, is this a cautionary tale? Are they commenting critically on, despite their different literary techniques? So those are key phrases to help wrap up your coherent paragraph. Okay, so if you like what you've seen here today, some of these words, bits of vocabulary. I've got more worksheets to help you write coherent paper 2 paragraphs on my support site. I recommend you hop over to philpott.education and subscribe and check out all of our resources. All right, good luck on those exams. You got this.